this is their opportunity to really shine powerfully in the world. So please lean in with me as we celebrate what they're doing.
It wasn't so much a numbers game as it was just in leveraging the amount of influence by attracting more souls to your event. And so I began to play a much more soul-oriented but yet effective way with how do I go about filling the room with people who truly want to find the change that you're offering. And she just did it in such a natural way. I mean, I kept all those tapes from all that coaching. They're still in my hard drive. And
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that.
Beautiful.
Yes. And so, but most of what you'll get from Rebecca is, if you're working with her, is just a very heartfelt but very effective way of stepping into your biggest self.
I could shake like a leaf and stand in my power, and people would work with me. Do you want to know why? Yeah. She said, "That's beautiful." I'm like, "But I'm shaking like a leaf." She said, "You're vulnerable. Open yourself and share with them what's going on. Tell them what's going on and allow them to come into it. And this will endear you like nothing has before." You mean I'm supposed to tell them why I'm shaking and crying? And here I am again crying. And I step forward with that and more deeply and more deeply. The bottom line for me was transforming and reframing what offers are from selling and bragging about yourself to I can't serve unless I do it. I mean, that is such a huge reframe, I can't tell you. And then I went out and I got all these speaking gigs. I've done the forum, the talent search several times. I also have been on the panel because I have speakers come to a group I facilitate called WOW, Women of Wisdom, once a month, and I have speakers. So I've been on the panel and had speakers come. And my business has grown by 35%. All the wonderful things that she's encouraged me to do. And they say, "We've never seen her. They know a lot of my friends." And I said, "Oh, I've never actually met her in person." Which is why I'm here today, to tell you, thank you, Rebecca, for being my mentor and for inspiring me to inspire others the way that God wants me to.
People would say I should be a comedian because I tell these stories, and they say, "Why do all these funny things keep happening to you?" And I said, if you listen carefully, they weren't that funny at the time. So really, I know all these stories happen to everyone, and everybody has a choice. You can choose to laugh, or you can choose to cry, and I choose to laugh.
I don't speak in front of groups of people. I won't do a radio show. Please don't put me on television. It sounds like her, right? Don't put me on television. I'm never going to write a book. I won't do blogs. And please do not talk to me about social media.
I'm thinking, I can work with that.
Yeah. And she goes, "What? There's a problem with this?" So, needless to say, we've taken herding cats in a number of different directions. So I'm working with women who've come out of the military, come out of corporate, and are now entrepreneurs or solopreneurs who can't command. You now need to step into true leadership and influence. And learning that is a skill. And there are 12 of them. It's a recovery program for reluctant leaders. It's called The Art of Herding Cats, Leading Teams of Leaders. But because of Rebecca, I now have 4 compilations, my own book, and I'm writing a new one called No One Stood Up When I Walked Into the Room, One Woman's Journey from Command to True Leadership. And it's all because of her.
Thank you for all that you bring to the world and for shining your gifts so brightly. Thank you.